got some breaking news. We are back for another episode of Big Six Bants. We're going to be talking a little bit about Arsenal, a little bit about Chelsea, a little bit about United. But listen, man, before you do get into this video, make sure you do one thing and you hit that thumbs up button below or to the left if you're on your laptop and YouTube has changed the settings. Let's get this video to about 100 or so likes. That is the aim for today. And make sure to subscribe to the channel as well, man. We're not too far off of 9.7k. We're on that road to 10k, so let's make it happen. Breaking news: Benjamin Sesko is staying at Leipzig. He is staying. So I don't know, people are saying, you know, he rejected Arsenal, he rejected United, he rejected Chelsea. All three teams were linked. Arsenal definitely the strongest in terms of these Sesko links. I had Arsenal fans telling me, you know, trying to upgrade this man's stats, telling me how perfect he was for Arsenal and all that good stuff. But now all of a sudden he's not that good anymore. It's funny how that one works. You know what I'm saying? I had Chelsea fans telling me, yeah, but when we get Sesko over Arsenal, and all of this stuff. Yeah, well, he's rejected you too. If he's rejected Arsenal, Chelsea fans, if you're saying Sesko's rejected Arsenal, yeah, then he's rejected you too. Yeah, and that's for Man United who just wanted to put your hand, just wanted to dip your hand in the water as well. Then that means he's rejected you too. Now, if I'm being honest, Arsenal were the strongest suitors. And do I think Sesko would have been a good signing for Arsenal? I do think so, because at the end of the day, I think he's a bit more P&P than Kai Havertz, but I feel like also he does have decent finishing ability. I think he's got better finishing ability than Kai Havertz as well. And Kai Havertz was able to score 13 Premier League goals in his debut season for Arsenal. So upgrades can be made on an already good option for Arsenal. That would be two very good centre mid options for them. And I think definitely could have helped them in their quest for the Premier League. However, I have a slightly different take. I personally think Arsenal, a striker isn't what Arsenal need to complete the puzzle in this attacking front line. I just think they don't just need a top striker. I think they just need a top attacker. So that's someone who can play in the left, the right, or up top. I personally think left wing is the place that they need the most help with. I think that Trossard is a decent player, but predominantly he's not a left winger. Yeah, he's a 10. He's like a left forward, but for me, like a left winger. I wouldn't say he's a conventional left winger. He's a good goal scorer, though. Good goal scorer, not a great goal scorer. Now we look at Martinelli, who again, I think it was 15 or 16 Premier League goals 2 seasons ago. Looked really good that year. Looked like his trajectory was going to be crazy, and this season hasn't quite hit the heights. This season he's not been good enough, in my opinion. Really not been good enough. So I'm not saying to go and cash in on Martinelli, but what I am saying is that if you have a left winger who can bring the similar level of what Saka is doing and give him a little bit of a break, balance the sides out for Arsenal, then I don't think you're going to need a striker that's going to score you 30 goals a season. You don't need a 30 goal a season striker. As long as your centre forward's getting you 13 to 15 goals, like if the guys either side are getting 20, you're good. You're good, in my opinion. You got the likes of Odegaard, who for me is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, if not number 1 and 2, bro. That's where he's at. So I think that, you know, a Benjamin Sesko, as much as I want to make jokes of the rejection and, you know, Sesko says yes to Arsenal. Remember that one? He says yes to Arsenal. Remember the Chelsea fans? Oh, Sesko would rather go to Chelsea than Arsenal. Remember that? I was like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Chelsea fans. Who you guys going to go for now? You know what I'm saying? What list of strikers am I going to see after this? Gyökeres? Who am I going to see? Tony? Who am I going to see? Isak? Are you guys going to say Isak wants you instead of Arsenal? You know, what are we going to see with that one? Even so, Sesko signing a contract and staying at Leipzig could be better for his personal career, and maybe he wants to develop at the highest level. And of course, it's good for Leipzig because they can now sell him for extra. I believe the price is looking at 40, 50 mil. Now, if he goes and has a blinding season next year, Sesko could easily double in price. Easily look at 80, 90 million, especially with the market, especially. Now, for Arsenal, I think Isak was probably a better option anyway. If they are going to be able to try and, you know, put that large amount of money for Isak, I think Tony's still an option for them. You know, Solanke, there was 65 million rumors about Dominic Solanke. There is no be all and end all for Arsenal Football Club now that Sesko has signed a new contract and he isn't going to Arsenal. There are strikers out there. Gyökeres is still an option. Whether how much he's going to cost is again up in the air. You're looking at above 60 million probably for him. But at the same time, I do think Arsenal's problems probably lie more on the left than in the middle, in my opinion. That's probably my hot take. I don't know if a lot of you Arsenal fans would agree with me. I think if you can balance that left side with the right side, I think you guys can easily be favourites for the league. 100%. You can put a good run together in the Champions League. I think it gives you additional depth for the domestic cups as well. So look, I know the title says rejected, and I'm gonna make jokes when it comes to Corey and Casey and Kiers on the Arsenal side of things. But at the end of the day, I don't think this is the end of the world. You guys can stop pretending to rate Sesko like he's the best thing since sliced bread now, and you can actually move on to signings that would actually make even more sense, such as an Isak. You know what I'm saying? I think Arsenal still have a lot of money to spend. I think they're probably gonna have to let go of Nketiah. I think that's probably gonna happen this window. Jesus, I'm not really gonna sure what's gonna happen with him. Is Arteta gonna put his trust in him, or is he gonna go? You know, let me know what's gonna happen with Gabriel Jesus. Are you kind of sick of him, or do you want to give him one more season? Let me know what strikers you guys want in the description. Let me know what kind of striker you want in the comment section below. I think the best suited striker probably would be an Isak, just because of his ability to play left and up top. But I wouldn't quite count out like a Dominic Solanke or a Tony. You know, I think Osimhen is also a good option, but I think Osimhen probably, again, that's how hard will it be to obtain him? And obviously he has his links to Chelsea as well. I think Arsenal and Chelsea are going to battle it out for a lot of strikers this season. Even an Alvarez, again, his camp's talking to PSG. Chelsea are interested. You know, there are a few heads, there are a few names floating around inside of this striker market, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next. But genuinely, guys, Arsenal fans, no need to panic for those who really did want Sesko. There are better options out there, and you can always go in next year as well, although the price might just double. You know, you never know. Remember the situation with Isak? Arsenal, you guys were linked with Isak, you know, and you didn't end up getting him in the end. He didn't have the greatest season that season, and then he went to Newcastle, and then, you know, he's managed to really find his feet and do what he's willing to do. And again, however many goals, I think it was 19 goals, however many goals Isak scored this season. So even if Sesko wasn't to have the greatest season, it doesn't mean his stocks are completely gone. We've seen what happened with players like Isak, where they can turn their career around, and especially if they're more Premier League suited. I think Sesko is definitely suited to the Premier League with his stature, his speed, and his power, and his finishing ability. But as I said, there's other options there. Listen, you know, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Let me know who you think got rejected, but whether it's a rejection or, you know, let me know your opinions on that one, because it's a bit of an uncomfortable conversation, because you know, I'm not talking about this guy like he's the best thing since last man. You know what I mean? But nah, man, we're gonna leave it there. Make sure you tune into the show tonight. Obviously, it's gonna be around 7 p.m. after Saeed show. Again, like, subscribe, and of course, we'll see you soon. Benjamin Sesko signs a new contract. He will not be signing. He will not. Again, this is a courtesy of Ornstein and Fabrizio. He will not be, well, playing in the Premier League this season for Arsenal, Chelsea, or United. Take care.